cake that a customer ordered and didn't end up picking up because okay, I sent it to her, but she didn't like it, so she sent it back. So I told her to bring it back actually and give her a full refund because she didn't like the color and everything. So if you want to see how like I made the color and I struggled with like getting really dark whipped cream, even though that wasn't my first time of making dark black whipped cream. It just wasn't working out. Sometimes things just don't work out, like no matter how hard you try. I don't know, like they're just those days, like, and I've learned you win some, you lose some. So you just have to move forward. Okay, so today I thought like even though the customer didn't like it, like why not like make it a teachable moment for you guys, because I already filmed it because I thought it was going to turn out nice, but you know. Okay, so and like if you've been following my whipped cream class, like I started whipped cream for beginners class and I'm making 5 different classes for you in case you don't know how to work with whipped cream. If you watch this class from the beginning, you're going to see how to work with whipped cream, how to make really stable whipped cream, and how to use it to crumb coat cakes, how to layer cakes with it, how to make simple designs, how to make elaborate designs and everything with whipped cream. So that's what this class is for. So and I made a playlist for you guys, so I'm going to put the link right up here. Yeah, the link to the playlist, click on me, yeah, click on that. So you're going to see the playlist where like the recipes and everything and like how to do everything is there for you guys. And if you want to, you see like how to buy and where to buy some of the things I used in this video, the tools and everything, check the description box. You're going to see like some links there to order and everything. So and I get a commission for everything you order, so please order away. Yeah. Okay, so today we're going to be making like a princess cake. Like it's supposed to be pink and black. Yeah, the princess is sitting on top of the cake and there is like our dress is cascading downwards. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, so let's get started. Yeah, I already torted my cake. Torting means like you're layering it and then you're crumb coating and putting it together with cream and fillings and everything. So I already torted my cake and this is the whipped cream we're going to be using. Yeah, it didn't turn out as black as I wanted, and I was trying to strike a balance between making it black enough and then not having an aftertaste by putting too much food coloring. So like as a cake decorator, you have to be able to strike the balance between design and taste. Yeah, because taste is very important, design is very important as well. That's why the people came to you, because they saw like you made a really pretty cake, so they want you to make them a pretty cake, but at the same time it needs to taste good, so you need to be able to strike the balance. So I guess I couldn't really strike the balance well in this cake, so like I just got my losses and just gave it to someone like as a giveaway or something. So okay, so what you want to do for this kind of cake is, this is a more elaborate cake, so I'm going to be teaching you step by step on what to do. So what you want to do is do a crumb coat. Yeah, I already taught you how to do a crumb coat in previous videos. So and then you want to take the cream and then you want to put as much as possible around your cake. Yes, as much, like emphasis on as much as possible. Yeah, you're still going to scrape like most of it away, but it's easier for beginners, especially if you have like more than enough cream to scrape away, because that way you don't have to be working too hard and be removing and be adding, removing and adding and stuff. So all you have to do is remove. Yeah, so put as much as possible. So take as much as possible cream and try to cover every patch you can see. Any patch that looks like there's not enough cream, yeah, put like add more. Just keep adding. You can't add too much because you're still going to scrape it off either ways, and like the more cream on it, the easier it is to scrape off. So you want to take your scraper, and today I'm going to be using my acrylic scraper. And if you want to buy it, the link is in the description box below. I have the acrylic scraper and I have the metal one, but I prefer the acrylic one because it is a lot taller. So depending on whichever one you want to buy, the link is in the description box below. So you want to scrape, yeah, and you want to scrape until it is neat. So at this point, what this first initial scraping does for you is that it shows you where you can add more cream, like the parts that are empty, the parts where you can see patches, the parts where like it dips inside because there's not enough cream. Yes, you want to fill in those spaces. So the first scraping like kind of tells you the part of the cake where you want to add more cream to, if that makes sense. Yeah, so before you do the second scraping and then the third one, yeah, you do it in parts, because if you do this in like, you don't have to be in a hurry, because that way like your cake turns out a lot better if you are not in a hurry. So you want to scrape again, you want to go around it and scrape again, and you want to make sure, like I said in previous videos, that the bottom part of your scraper is touching your cake board completely. That way you're rest assured that your cake is tall, and it is like it's standing tall and upright, and it is not slanty at all. Because if your cake is slanty, like, nobody wants a slanty cake. You want it to be tall and elegant, of course. So you want to go again and do like another light scrape. You're not pressing your hands too much, you're just like moving, you're turning the turntable, and at the same time you're making sure like the bottom part of your scraper is touching your cake board completely and touching your cake, if that makes sense. So once you're done with this scraping, what we want to do next is to wash the scraper. And what that does when you're using whipped cream is that when you come back to scrape it, it is going to be a lot neater and like glossier than it was initially. So you're going to like clean off all of the, I don't know, all of the not neatness that was on it before. So when you're using whipped cream and you want to do the final scrape, you have to make sure your scraper is wet, whether you're using an acrylic scraper or you're using a metal scraper. So it makes it a lot neater, and I hope you can see that it is a lot neater now. Like, it is neat and it is completely smooth. Yeah, so that's what you want to do. If it is not smooth the first time you did it, you want to wash your scraper again and then go the second time. So now I'm going to take my my spatula, and I want to make sure it is washed and cleaned. And every time I use it to touch the top of the cake to scrape off the excess cream, I want to clean it on my food sponge. Make sure the sponge you use for this is not the sponge you use to wash plates, because those ones tend to accumulate a lot of bacteria. So you want to make sure you have a special sponge that you use to clean your cake board, and you also use to like clean your like frosting on top of your cake and everything. So make sure to keep that in mind. So once we are done and the top of our cake is completely smooth, the next thing we want to think about, it was at this point I realized that, okay, this cake is not black enough. And at this point it was kind of a little bit too late to like retrace my steps and everything. So but I was thinking, okay, let's just see how it goes and stuff. And usually when I make cakes like this, I like to like add and take away from it to like adjust the design so it can look a lot better. Because sometimes when people send you pictures and like you want to recreate the exact thing in the picture, it's almost impossible, because it's like you're trying to copy somebody's notes. You remember when you were in secondary school and you want to write from somebody's notebook what they already wrote down, and you're trying to write in the person's handwriting? It's almost impossible. So it's almost the same thing. So that's why I tell my customers, I don't make photocopies. I can maybe make you a replica as close as I can get, but I don't make photocopies. Okay, so at this point I was trying to look for the point to put the topper, the Barbie topper. So I like find the point. Like once you find the point to put the Barbie topper, you'll be able to outline where you want to put your cascading dress, because it's going to have like a pink dress that is cascading downwards. So once you do that, you want to take like a skewer or maybe a toothpick or something with a sharp tip, and you want to outline the parts where you're going to have your cascading dress. That's where you're going to pipe on and stuff. So once I'm done outlining that, and if you notice, I added some sprinkles to it. I think adding some black sprinkles, okay, the reason why I added some black sprinkles is because I thought maybe it would make it a little bit darker, but instead what it did was to like I lighted even more that the buttercream, the whipped cream wasn't dark enough. I don't know, like it made it look even more grayish. If that makes sense. And at this point it's kind of like too late to turn back or anything. So okay, so now I'm trying to make the cascading dress, and I'm going to be using 3 different tips today. You can use one, but I just thought like using 3 different tips kind of gives it dimension and makes it look more, sophisticated and stuff. So you want to take the first big tip and you want to like pipe some rosettes and maybe pipe some dollops on it. And then once you're done with the big tip, you want to take a smaller tip and try to fill in the spaces. Basically what you want to do is fill in the space of that outline you made for the cascading dress, with some piping of cream and stuff. So you can use maybe pink and white, or just use a color that is in contrast with the base color of the cake. Okay, in this case the base color was supposed to be black, so I think the fact that I added some sprinkles to it and the black lady topper kind of even made it look a lot more like not black, if that makes sense. Okay guys, so now that I am done making the cascading part, I was thinking, okay, what can I do? And I wanted to I wanted to wrap the lady topper in some pink ribbon. And the pink ribbon I have is not the same shade with the pink food coloring I have, if that makes sense. And you actually can be like walking around stores trying to look for the shade of pink food coloring that matches the ribbon you have, or a ribbon that matches, like, is ridiculous. So that's why you have to find a way to work with what you have. That's why I tell customers to be open-minded. So what I did was to wrap the lady in pink, and then I took some of the pink and made like a base for the cake, so it's to make the cake come together a little bit more and not look like the pink on top is like very different from the pink beneath or something. Okay, so thank you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.